This was the Trump administration's signature foreign policy achievement. The Abraham Accords, an agreement to establish diplomatic ties between 4 Arab countries and Israel. The UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan all pledged to build a political and cultural relationship with Israel. The Accords are one of the few Trump-era policies that President Joe Biden wants to expand.
And, of course, the regional challenges that we face and our shared concern as it relates to Iran and as it relates to our support for the Abraham Accords and, of course, as it relates to Israel's relationship with your neighbors. And, again, the Abraham Accords is something that the President and I strongly support.
He's trying to manage the situation rather than achieve tremendous breakthroughs. The Abraham Accords is a pretty easy thing to do, and so I think he's realizing that's something that he should invest greater efforts in.
Dan Arbel spent 25 years in the Israeli Foreign Service and sees the Accords as a major success, with one caveat.
An issue that should have been thought about more was the Palestinian issue and how to bring the Palestinians on board. That hasn't happened. The Palestinians have been reluctant to deal or to be part of it.
But Palestinians view normalization with Israel, without an end to the occupation in return, as a betrayal of their quest for statehood. And while there's a level of exhaustion among Arab governments when it comes to the decades-old Palestinian cause, the signatories to the Abraham Accords each received a coveted reward.
Most of the countries that made the normalization did it for very selfish reasons. The Emiratis wanted the F-35 jets. The Sudanese wanted to be lifted from the terrorists. The Moroccans wanted recognition of sovereignty over Sahara. So there was very specific reasons.
And the Arab street remains largely weary of Israel.
Most countries will choose not to make that because it has a very high political price. I think they will get a very bad backlash from their own people if they do it as a gift to the Israelis rather than as something that they can get something out of it for the Palestinians.
The question now is who will be paying that political price next. Yasmin Al-Sabawi, TRT World, Washington.